7:16 p.m. I call to order the April 11th meeting of the Type B Economic Development Committee. We do have a quorum. And let's see here. Citizens forum. Everybody's here. Regular agenda, sorry. Discuss and review the year-to-date financial statements as of March 2022.
There's really nothing in here that's it's all just pretty standard stuff, no unforeseen expenses. There's a couple of things that we will cover that you may see that we'll cover in the budget amendment that's up for approval tonight, but everything else has just been pretty much routine. We are paying, we made the first payment on the 380 for the parking lot across the street. And then we also, part of your amendment has got, we had to fund the 380 agreement from Joshua Station as well. And we'll talk about that in your budget amendment, but those, the first payment is reflected in here also. Everything else was been pretty quiet.
Quiet is good.
I'll entertain any questions that you may have.
When are the JVA use fees due?
We just got checks, I believe, last week from them, maybe the week before, so they'll show up on the next. I think one was for, we got a tournament check that was $400, and we got the season check that was 65 or 600, somewhere around that number. But I don't think they got them in time to get them on this statement.
Any questions on the current financial statement? All right. Discuss, consider, and possible action on meeting minutes of January 10th, 2022.
That last meeting, we were going to contact the equipment people from Cooper Valley. We had her contacting them on the park equipment. They haven't showed up yet.
No, we have some, we had some scheduling issues for, you're going to see this national fitness stuff that you have.
Okay.
That's something that could go there, but it's not on for action. I mainly wanted you to see it.
Right.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to have the report for you at the next meeting. We're going to meet with them again tomorrow. We've got another Zoom conference meeting with them tomorrow.
I just saw in the minutes that we had discussed it, but we didn't come up with any plans.
Yeah, there's still part of, I think what we're going to do for that is we're going to include that park, and we're fixing to redo our survey for the update our parks master plan. And we have 2 bids for that, but I don't know, they seem kind of high. So Alice and Molly, we're trying to work through seeing if we think that's something that we can do in-house. But the survey is one of the things. We need to update our survey to see what people want in these parks. And that's a smaller park too. So I mean, obviously we can't.
Just a pocket park.
Yeah, but so I think that we can target that area, though I think can get input just from them on that park. And I'm really looking for what the Cooper Valley people want over there too. So we'll have an answer for you for that next month too.
Thank you.
If Alice gets through with all the elections stuff.
Well, I don't see why not.
Right?
And since we don't have a whole lot going on, it might be a little easier.
Thanks.
So that's the park master plan, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second. All in favor, aye? Right. And unanimous? No nays. No. Unanimous in favor. All right, discuss, consider, and possible action on a budget amendment for fiscal year 2021-22.
You guys actually came out pretty good. The only amendment y'all was going to be a $24,450 amendment. What we found was a 380 agreement that was done for the development of Joshua Station, the Starbucks, when all that property was purchased, and then the Starbucks committed to build. There was a 380 agreement that was entered into by, negotiated by Josh when he was here, and then signed, approved by this board under, well, no, it wasn't under this board, it was type A. The type A board, of course, authorized the 380, the council authorized the 380. But what was offered up in the agreement, which I'm not all that impressed with, but it calls for rebates in the 380 agreement, 100% sales tax and 100% ad valorem tax for the next 10 years or $400,000, whichever comes first. The issues with it that I had, which the attorney said it wasn't required. It also gave away ad valorem tax in that TIF that the TIF board did not approve, but according to the city attorney, that was not required. But it also gave away the half-cent sales tax for Starbucks and the haircutting place next to it, and then whatever else goes in that third stall. It commits that. It's not a huge amount of money. This 24,000 includes the 380 on the parking lot across the street. So it's not a huge amount of money. I don't know if it's going to go to 10 years yet because we haven't seen what the ad valorem tax is. It's an incremental value. So the value that the building itself brings, it won't include the base start out value. So we won't see that until next year, since the building was completed in this year. So I don't know what that number is going to be just yet. We have made the first, we'll do quarterly payments. We've made it already. And this just puts it in there so that it's funded for the rest of the year. And I don't know, I have not found in the minutes where this board approved that agreement.
I don't recall it,
But we didn't find it. We did find type A's, but again, I ran it through the city attorney. He believed that we were obligated to do it, and especially since it's here. So we're here it is. And that was the real only change that y'all had. So the council has, they've approved the budget amendment last year. Y'all will be ratifying it, or if you either approve it or you disprove it, and we go back to the council and re-amend it. I hope you don't do that. It's a lot. It's kind of a pain.
make a motion to approve it.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the amendment for 24, whatever it was.
2450, is that right?
24,450. Yes, sir.
Yes.
We have a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor of the amendment? Second, aye. All right, unanimous. Okay, discuss, consider, and possible action on posting It's Your Park Day on June 2nd, 2022.
So Alice came to me with an idea. We've done something similar before, probably not on this scale. And I'll let her kind of explain, if you want to explain what it
Sure.
is you're talking about doing. I think it's a good idea. Vince, our park superintendent, he became a fan of it about an hour ago. We had kind of had to help him with that a little bit, but he is now swayed to our side of the argument. So, and he's all in. So if you want to tell me about what it's about.
It's your park day. It's held throughout the state. You can pick your own date. It's a time to get your community involved, to take ownership of the park. Businesses, churches, schools, anybody. We go out there, we do a full inventory that any type of improvement we can do to the park, from painting to cleaning to laying sod, a little bit of everything. We do a sign-up sheet to get individuals, teams, and we'll have a full day from morning to afternoon to get all the work we possibly can done to improve that park for that day, throughout the year. Painting, any type of repair that needs to be done.
July and August, I assume.
We're wanting to do it
We're actually
on June 2nd is the date we're wanting to do.
So what
We-
kind of preparation goes in before June 2nd?
We'll make sure we have all the supplies we need for everyone. We'll make sure we have the teams signed up. If it's individuals, we can put them on teams. If they need to be on teams, make sure we got assignments. So when we meet there, everybody knows exactly what's expected and what to do. We'll make sure we have waivers for everyone to sign off on, so the city's protected. Probably around on that.
How are we gonna advertise this?
We'll have it through a newsletter, social media, the website. We'll make sure we get the word out. We'll post,
Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce. We'll post it up with businesses. We'll mail out flyers if we need to. We'll make sure everybody knows what's going on.
Don't mail one
Okay.
for, no
The,
tailgate for them to sit up.
yeah, we don't need a supervisor. Well, he might be good for that. The Methodist Church has already expressed an interest in bringing their group, and they also run our CERT program. And we're in the process of doing some additions with equipment for them. We've just bought some really big chainsaws, even some on a stick. So we're going to get some trees trimmed out there and some dead ones pulled up. We're just going to have a lot of stuff. We'll have our guys, the mowing will be done. We're not going to put them on tractors, but I'll put them on a weed eater and an edger and
Contact somebody. to
all that good
supply
kind of
food
stuff.
or anything like that.
We'll have drinks. Yes, we'll try to get a
The-
restaurant to sponsor lunch,
the churches.
Or
offer to
churches,
cook
mhm.
too, so
So-
they'll bring their trade
Yeah.
around.
but we'll make sure everybody has an opportunity to help out.
And y'all are invited to come. too,
Absolutely.
Just
Yes.
so you know.
Out of town that
Are you
day.
busy that week?
Yes.
Washing my hair.
Are we still gonna do the movie in the house?
Yeah, that's the next item.
Okay.
So what about is there like a list of things that need to be done? I assume Vince.
There will
got on
be.
board,
We'll
that's
have,
part of it.
we'll have the
Yeah.
Parks Department go out there, do a full inventory. Then we'll have a few staff members to go out there. So we'll make sure we get everything covered all the way around.
And the cost of this, are we trying to look for donations on like paint, things like that, or is that something that
Well, most of the things that we'll need, we'll use current budget to get. I don't think,
Right.
no, we'll do,
Right.
what we're gonna get is the
Right,
labor.
right.
Most of the
Yeah.
other stuff we'll have. They'll use the equipment that we already have. We'll borrow some weed eaters from Public Works if we need to. And I'll probably have one of them out there too. We're gonna bring in some mulch, and so we'll have all the playgrounds remulched, and so we'll have some equipment out there to move that around. We'll just have them spreading it.
We're gonna plant any flowers around the memorial up there.
We may, I'd like to find a group of people to focus on the memorial. We have a lady that goes out there and tends to it some. She's kind of struggled. She's been sick,
Yeah.
had a hard time keeping up with it, but there's some things around there, some trees that need to be dealt with over there. So yeah, we'll get a list made and we'll get as much done as we
Yeah.
can.
power washing the bathroom? and just stuff
Yes.
like that?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, and when we send out for them to register, we'll ask them, what is your, do you have any special skills? That way we know where to put them.
unfortunately, I think most of the people that will come out there and help are probably not the ones that are actually missing that part.
Right, that's
Well, you're
correct.
right about that.
But I think it's great for the community just to be involved in some
Yes.
peer pressure. Some people may too. So, you know, act right out there. I'm all for it.
Well, I'll make a motion to host It's Your Park Day on June 2nd.
We have a second? Second. All right, all in favor of It's Your Park Day on June 2nd? All right, unanimous, the ayes have it. Okay, next. Discuss, consider, and possible on hosting a movie in the park on June 10th, after the park is all prettied up.
That's right.
I think baseball's out of the way that weekend too. We had to pick a weekend where they weren't gonna,
Yes.
for parking and stuff, so. And we'll be doing work on the fields too, so we'll have some people over there.
So that we do like the big projector screen and all that stuff.
Yeah, we've done several of them before. There's a little bit of cost in it. We've got to get the license to show the movie to, you know, make sure we're not infringing on any copyrights. But it's all pretty standard
Have we
stuff.
always done it in June?
We've done it, usually we do it a little earlier. We've done it coinciding with the opening of the splash pad, which is
Wow.
Memorial Day weekend. So we've had them on that Friday night, but
Have we ever done anything like September or when it got?
we have,
cooler?
yeah, we've done some in the fall also. I think that's when we showed Frozen. And we cut the sound off and
Well,
all the
it's
kids are
important.
singing the songs, man. It was really
It's
neat
important
to,
for it to be timed for that perfect
Yeah.
movie.
I'm not sure what we'll show yet. We'll get all that figured out, but it'll be a G-rated, you know, kid movie. And we've had, you know, usually people turn out for it. There's been a couple of 300 people out there when we've done it.
So
So
we do like a snow cone vendor.
We can.
Yeah, I talked, there's a girl who works for the Parks Department. Me and her's been talking about it. We talked about having a snow cone vendor out there, maybe even a little food truck, maybe, you know, with hamburgers or something. Yeah, that's right. Something out there
Sure.
to help get it out there. Just bring more people to the park.
in the past, the fire department, they had a ladies auxiliary group. They used to do it as a fundraiser, and they would sell hot dogs and candy and stuff like that. But
I don't think that exists anymore.
no, they don't have that group anymore. So we'll reach out and get some food trucks and stuff out there.
Well, I know that it conflicts with the community event on June 10th and 11th. One in Burleson. It's gonna be in Burleson this year, but I won't be there.
On June 10th.
It's a women's conference.
Oh.
It's a community wide.
Well, you can go to the conference and then come to the picture show after that.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. They're gonna be showing. Friday,
Sure.
June 10th. That's
Should
great.
Yeah.
market this as dad's night with the kids.
There you go. The
The
women can go to the conference, send their spouses to the movies.
There you go.
There you go. We'll work it. If we find any women there, we'll send them your way.
Don't require Alice to be
I was gonna
there.
I didn't look at that. I was how I picked these dates was.
The
is
park
the-
guys
is the
normally
JPA
run all that.
was using it all the way to the end of May, so we went to first Friday for the cleanup, and then the next one for the movie.
Hmm.
Well, it's a little bit up in the air, but the splash pad typically opens Memorial Day weekend. That's when we've usually done it. And we probably will do that again if we get through this issue with the utility district, and I think we will. If there's some new regulations out over splash pad because of the 2 people that died in Arlington from the amoeba.
Yes.
That should not apply to us because we don't recirculate water. Ours is continually fresh. I think we're going to have to add another backflow preventer directly in front of the splash, but we have one at the meter, but I think they're going to want a bigger one up front. We want to put a cutoff valve there anyway, so that's nothing. But the chlorinator, I don't think we're gonna need. We're gonna meet with them in the next few days and work that out. If we have to put the thing in, it costs $40,000. I'd rather dig it up.
Good luck.
For that, we should dig it up, put a pool in there. And, but I think they're not, it's a new kind of ruling and it's very confusing. So I think once Crowley got an interpretation from them, they have the same system, runs off of fresh water. And they didn't have to install one. So I expect we won't either. We just need to get that from TCEQ.
Jason, still checking.
Yeah, Jason will take a look at it, and if it, but the backflow preventer, we wanted to do anyway, so we'll still do that, but that's no big deal. We can get that done pretty quick. But the pool companies don't think they could even get to us by Memorial Day. Just everybody's so backed up, so. But I don't think we're gonna have to worry.
Did y'all normally do movie tonight on a Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Okay, that's what I got.
You talked about that.
Yeah, right.
Last
Okay,
call. I make a motion, we pass the movie in the park on June 10th.
we have a second? I'll second. All right, all in favor, raise your hand. 3 for sure and 1.
3.5.
You don't have to be there.
Three.
Oh, competition, I get it. I get it.
I could do it.
You have a recommendation for a movie? You hauled your kids or grandkids to a movie lately?
No.
I don't want it to be Superman.
I was looking at the Encanto. Am I saying that right?
Nothing what?
Yes, you are, and I've heard that, I haven't seen it
Yeah.
personally, but I've heard every.
What is
yeah.
it?
Encanto or, yeah.
It's the newest.
It was made by the same people.
Is it Disney?
It was made by the same people of Frozen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's Disney.
It has that famous song. Apparently we don't talk about Bruno or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's the most popular one out there
I'll
right
tell you
now.
what, that Frozen, that was something to see when they cut that sound off. I mean, you could hear all the kids singing that song. It was really funny to hear that, but that's been a few years since we've done it.
That's something we need to do that and record it. That would be.
Yes.
It was pretty neat.
Okay, future agenda items, requests.
That's yours.
You have before you this national fitness campaign, something that we're working with these folks on now. It's a partnership grant with Blue Cross Blue Shield. So there will be some expense by us if we do it, but there'll also be a matching grant that goes along with it. And it's kind of a neat little thing. It puts a exercise station. There's some pictures of it out there, but we can't really get too much into it tonight. I wanted y'all to have this information so that you could kind of look at it. We're gonna start. We're gonna meet with them again tomorrow and get a little more information about it. Just wanted to give it to you guys so that y'all have got it on your radar. And then we're gonna put it on for your next meeting to make a decision on.
Is something for at the park, I assume?
Yes,
The main park or satellite park.
that could be up for discussion. So that'd be up
Is
to
it
y'all.
non-destructible?
I don't know.
I would imagine that it's in a park. They've probably thought of that.
I think I've seen it, one of them. I went to, well, we really can't get into it too much tonight. I don't want to get off
But
on it.
vandalism.
I don't want to, they're very well built, I'll tell you that. So, but I wanted y'all to start looking at this. We'll get numbers and stuff pinned down in the next day or so, and then we'll have it for you we'll have a talk about it the next meeting.
All
I
right.
also want to put on the next agenda, we'll talk about the park master plan. Whether you guys want to have us do that in-house, or if you want to accept one of the estimates that we have 2 people that responded to us. And so we'll give you those to take a look at also. And then the third thing is that we'll put on for is We're still looking for a 2-seat Gator to replace the one that was stolen. The insurance company paid that claim. We still have not found anything. I've got a couple of deals working that I may bring back to you guys. One of them would be a little more than I wanted to spend, but it is about half the cost of a new one, and it's only got 50 hours on it. So it's a pretty smoking hot deal if I can pull it off. And so we'll have that for y'all to talk about at the next meeting also.
Do you guys ever go talk to like Arnie Griffin? Arnold?
He's been looking for a used one for us too. There's just not much out there that are not just wore out.
Can have my son finding one on the marketplace, Facebook, and kids on it all the time. He shows on their day.
Well, this one just kind of fell into our lap. But we'll see how good a deal it turns out to be. If y'all are still interested in replacing it, hopefully you are, because when those other parks open up, we're going to need it.
So whatever came of the conversation or pursuing a possible volleyball court?
We've held off doing it till we do update the survey. There's new park grants that we've been made aware of that are coming out. So that's kind of, we have to get the park grant up or the park plan updated for those. And we were going to put that in the questionnaire.
Right. There's been a lot of people that have voiced wanting a tennis court more than a volleyball
There-
court.
Tennis was on the original, was the only thing in the top 10 of the original survey that was not built.
Oh,
And I'm not sure, that was right before I came, so I'm not real sure why it wasn't. But we're going to redo all of those and see where that falls. And the volleyball, I think it's a great idea to have, but they are a nightmare for maintenance. They really are. And
I think a tennis court would be better, but
some
I'm a
of
tennis person, you know.
some of the stuff we've been told is they're getting away from the sand ones because people will break glass and put it in the sand. And I mean, it's just they're just problematic. As good an idea as it is, they're problematic to have. So, but I think the updated survey that'll give us, we'll ask them to rank the top so many things they want, and we'll compile that list. And, but it takes a little work to do, and I don't know if it's something y'all want us to tackle in here, or if y'all want to just pursue the firm. So we're going to have that for you to make that decision next month.
Okay, so I guess that's it.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Don't need a motion. It's not an action item.
You just say adjourn, and we're adjourned.
7:44 PM, meeting is adjourned.